When we compare modern-day Rome with the historical struggles of Roman enslaved individuals, we see quite a contrast. Today, Rome stands as the vibrant capital of Italy, brimming with economic activity and boasting a diverse array of industries. The city has become a thriving hub for tourism, attracting millions of visitors each year who are eager to immerse themselves in its rich history, cultural heritage, and breathtaking architectural wonders. On the other hand, when we look back at ancient Rome, we find a starkly different reality. The lives and struggles of Roman enslaved individuals were marked by immense hardship, as they faced the harsh reality of being deprived of their freedom and subjected to constant vulnerability. According to experts, around 10% or possibly up to 20% of the entire population of the Roman Empire was enslaved. If we consider the estimated population of the Roman Empire in the 1st century AD to be around 50 million, this will mean that somewhere between 5 and 10 million individuals were enslaved during that time. Slavery played a significant role in Roman society, with these individuals known as slaves or servus being an integral part of the Roman economy and serving in various capacities. In ancient Rome, there were diverse pathways that led individuals into the chains of slavery. These paths included being born into slavery, being captured as spoils of war, being sold or voluntarily entering slavery, or even being abandoned as helpless infants. While less common, some unfortunate souls were sold by their own parents, enslaved due to debts or as punishment for crimes, or fell victim to acts of kidnapping and piracy. Occupations. In ancient Rome, the poor people had to do jobs that didn't require special skills. They would find work on a daily basis, doing basic tasks for others in exchange for money. These workers were called mercenaries, similar to what we now call hired laborers. Interestingly, the higher-ups in society didn't think highly of them. They shared the same belief as the Greeks that working for someone else was like being a slave, so they looked down on these hard-working individuals. Let's take farm and estate work as an example. These agricultural establishments, known as latifundia, produce a wide range of crops, including grains, grapes, olives, and vegetables. According to the legal system in ancient Rome, enslaved individuals were stripped of their personal rights and considered the possessions of their masters. They had no autonomy and could be traded, mistreated, or disposed of at the whim of the powers of their owners. The concept of personal ownership extended to the point where they were unable to own any property themselves, engage in contractual agreements, or even enter into a lawful marriage. Their status as slaves left them in a vulnerable position, devoid of basic legal protections and the ability to exercise the fundamental rights that free individuals enjoy. But in what ways did enslaved individuals secure their freedom? Manumission. Manumission in ancient Rome was a process by which a slave was granted freedom and became a free person. It provided a means for some slaves to improve their social status and enjoy a level of independence. Manumission could occur in several ways. One way was for the slave owner to voluntarily grant freedom to their slave. This could be motivated by various factors, such as personal benevolence, gratitude for loyal service, or even practical reasons, such as if a slave had demonstrated exceptional skills or talents that would be better utilized in a free capacity. In the bustling markets of ancient Rome, the price tags on enslaved individuals varied greatly depending on their characteristics. It was like a complex equation, considering factors such as their age, gender, and skills. From what we gather from historical writings and documents, an average unskilled or moderately skilled slave during the first 3 centuries AD would set you back around 2,000 sesterces. Now, to put this into context, imagine a Roman soldier, clad in armor, earning a modest salary of 900 sesterces per year. But hold on, after deducting expenses for food, footwear, and even hay for their trusty steed, they were left with less than 600 sesterces to spend. Quite a tight budget, right? However, things were a bit different for a well-respected centurion, the esteemed leader of those soldiers. With a salary of a whopping 15 times higher than that of a foot soldier, it only took them a few months' worth of wages to be able to afford their very own enslaved person. Talk about contrasting fortunes and the power of those shiny coins in ancient Rome. Another method of manumission was through self-purchase. Slaves could accumulate savings from their work or receive funds through various means, such as engaging in business activities during the free time. With these savings, they could negotiate with their owners to buy their freedom. The price would vary depending on factors such as the slave's perceived value, skills, and the financial agreement reached between the slave and the owner. Manumission had significant implications for the newly freed individuals. They would no longer be considered slaves, but rather freed persons or liberty. While they gained legal and personal freedoms, they were not granted the same rights and privileges as Roman citizens. However, they were entitled to certain protections under Roman law and could engage in various activities such as owning property, engaging in business, and even forming their own families. Impoverished serving in the military. There were instances where the Roman authorities appeared to recognize the challenges faced by the impoverished and took steps to address their situation. During the year 107 BC, General Gaius Marius implemented a policy that allowed landless individuals who were typically ineligible for military service to volunteer as soldiers for his campaign against Jugurtha in North Africa. This decision prompted a significant response from the destitute population, as they saw it as an opportunity to escape their dire circumstances. But Marius' motivations were not rooted in a genuine concern for social reform or the well-being of the poor. His primary objective was to resolve a critical shortage of manpower within the Roman army. Consequently, while the policy presented an avenue for the impoverished to potentially improve their situation, it was primarily driven by the military's urgent need for personnel. The policy enacted by General Marius, often referred to as Marian reforms, brought about a significant change in the Roman military landscape. It allowed individuals without land ownership to serve in the army, breaking away from the previous requirement that limited military service to land-owning citizens. This shift opened doors for individuals from lower social classes, including the poor, to join the ranks of the Roman military. Beggars in ancient Rome. These were a common sight, particularly in urban areas, and their presence provided us with fascinating insights into the socio-economic dynamics of the time. These individuals, often impoverished and with physical disabilities, relied on the generosity of others for their survival. However, there were also professional beggars who made begging their livelihood. These beggars developed various techniques to elicit sympathy and donations from passers-by, including dressing in tattered clothing, exaggerating disabilities, and using props like fake wounds. In addition to the general population of beggars in ancient Rome, there were specific groups of professional beggars who pursued begging as a means of livelihood. One notable group were the priests dedicated to the Eastern goddess Cybele. These priests relied, at least in part, on alms from the public to sustain themselves. As representatives of the goddess, they would engage in begging as a religious practice and to support their daily needs. This actually reminds me of some of the heads of small sectors these days. It's like nothing has really changed. Another category of professional beggars were the Cynic philosophers. The Cynics, deriving their name from the Greek word kynikos, meaning little dog, had renounced material possessions and embraced a philosophy of extreme simplicity and poverty. They considered themselves to be living in alignment with nature and rejected societal conventions. These beggars, adopting the role of Cynic philosophers, actively approached and confronted passers-by to spread their philosophy of poverty and solicit alms. Their aggressive manner aimed to challenge societal norms and provoke individuals to question their attachment to material wealth. We've shared some amazing insights about ancient Romans in this video. Let us know in the comments how this information has helped you understand the lives of the enslaved. Also, feel free to share your theories and opinions. We're eager to hear them. Spread the love by smashing that like button. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, discover ancient civilizations, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay tuned for every episode. Keep exploring and stay engaged with the fascinating history. We'll catch up with you soon.